Hello, in this video, I will show you how you can use Byteline to sync data between Fibery and Webflow CMS. So this will sync existing data as well as any ongoing changes. So for my setup, I have this Fibery account, and let's assume you are managing a job board and your source of truth for the data is Fibery. And I have these 4 jobs. I mean, just to keep it simple, I only have 4 jobs. And on the Webflow CMS, I only have partial set of data. So I only have 1 job. So we'll create a sync. It will sync all the existing data. And then once the sync is live, I'll show you how any changes on either side, on either Fibery or Webflow, are synced to the other side. So let's go to Byteline console and configure our sync. So when you click on create a sync, you come to this page and we will pick Fibery as our first step. So let's sign in. And here is my Fibery URL. So let's authorize. And now the connection to Fibery is done. So let's pick our database. So for this one, I have this jobs database that I'm going to use. So now let's configure Webflow. I already have connection to Webflow CMS, and we will use CMS collection, and this is my site. So now on this screen, we will map the tables between Fibery and Webflow. So what we will do is we only want to do the we only want to map this job board jobs to jobs. So this is my Webflow collection. So I'll remove everything else. Okay, so here is our table mapping. So let's move on to the next screen. And by the way, here you can also fine tune what data you want to sync. So you can configure the filters and define the fields based on which the data is filtered. So this is on, I mean, you only need to configure filters if you only want to sync a subset of data that is in your Fibery database. So let's continue. Now here you can pick like whether you want to sync existing data as well and future changes, or like if you want to go with like if you only want to sync the existing data, or if you only want to sync the future changes. But in this case, we will sync both existing and future data. So now this is the screen where you do the field mapping between Fibery and Webflow. So by default, we do the automatic field mapping based on the name of the fields. And so this is what it came up with. And I think like this is all we need for this demo. And if you notice, each field is going two-way, and you have an option of like configuring if some of the fields are going one way by changing these settings. But I'll just keep it two-way. And let's continue. Now on this screen, we ask for how you want to sync your existing data. So this can only go one way. So in our case, we'll go from Fibery to Webflow CMS. And let's continue. Now here we will get the data from both Fibery and Webflow CMS to give you a preview of what will happen if you make the sync live, as in like how many records we will create, update, and delete. And delete is an optional part like for syncing the existing data. By default, we won't delete any data from your target app, but you have an option of deleting. But in this case, like there is no unmatched item, so so the delete we don't have to delete anything. So as you can see here, so it's gonna create 3 items, and update is 0. So on Fibery we have 4 records, and on Webflow we have one. And this one record is exactly same as what we have on Fibery, so there is no update that is needed there, and it will create three missing records. So let's start the sync. Now the historical sync is complete and it's making the sync live. So while it's doing that, so let's go to Webflow, and I will reload the page so that it shows the updated records. Okay, here is our jobs, and now we have 4 jobs in Webflow CMS, and our sync is live as well. Okay, so now let's go to Fibery and we will modify something. And by the way, we also sync, we sync like all these different data types from Fibery, including their rich text. So as you can see in the description here, so let's go to this front-end engineer job, and we will change something in the description, and we will also update the company and this. Let's just make a small change in the description as well, and close this so that the data is saved. And we will also create a new job. So this one is for the marketing manager, and we'll populate some of the fields here. Status is published. Company, we'll just pick one of the companies from here. So this is for syncing a drop down or a select field. And then let's add a description. I have a sample description that we can use here. And let's bold this so that I can show you that we also, sync all the rich text specific formatting. Okay, so this is our new job that we have created, and we have updated one job. And just to show you, like the delete is also covered, so we will also delete one of the jobs. So let's delete this customer success specialist. So now let's wait for the sync to happen. And for Fibery, we use polling, so it takes like few minutes for changes to sync once it's done on the Fibery side. But you can use the use this option, check changes, and then we will um, check for any changes on the Fibery side and sync it to the other app. Okay, so here are all our changes. So as you can see, we deleted one record. So that record is deleted, customer success specialist. And this one we updated. So we changed the company. And there might have been like a slight change in the slight difference in the formatting. So that's why it also synced the description. And then the create, this is the new record that we created. Okay, so now let's go on the Webflow side. Let's refresh this. Okay, so we have still 4 jobs because we deleted one and added another. So this is the one that we added, marketing manager. And so on the front end engineer, this is what we modified in the rich text field. So as you can see here, right? And then now so this was our syncing, so syncing any ongoing changes from Fibery to Webflow CMS. So now what I can do is I can also show you like if any changes made on the Webflow, so that is also synced to the Fibery. So let's change the description here and let's publish. So when we publish, so this data is saved and then it will go to the other side. So let's wait for, for Webflow, we are using webhook. So it should be like pretty real time. So let's just wait few seconds and this change will come through. Okay, so here is our Webflow to Fibery change. And as you can see, the description has changed. So now let's go to uh, Fibery. Yeah, and then I think this is there's a typo here, but this is the change that we made. We are hiring an expert for our product manager with typo, so it's synced with the typo. Um, okay, so that's it for this video. So please, if you have any questions or any comments, you can leave it on the YouTube video, and we'll reply to any questions. Thank you.